Hello again, I am Blunty. It's time to make a plan, and I think I may have just stumbled across a leak. Now, today, as I have for the past few days, as a matter of fact, I'm feeling quite sick. But today's pretty bad, so to take my mind off how my bones feel like they're made of molten iron, I've been poking around starting to make a list of which Switch games I'll play, in what order, and when. I am of course expecting my choice of launch title, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, to soak up significant amounts of at least the first month worth of my playtime with the Switch. Unfortunately, with so many titles still without actual launch dates, it makes it kind of a bit hard to plan this shit like I'm trying to. Lego City Undercover was one of those games. It was a Wii U and 3DS exclusive game released in March 2013, developed by TT Fusion and was in fact published by Nintendo. It's a sandbox-style action-adventure with lots of classic Lego humour and is about a cop going undercover, as you may imagine from the title. It was a rarity amongst Lego games in that instead of relying on the draw of a licensed property like Batman or Harry Potter or Star Wars and the like, it featured an entirely original cast and world, based of course on the Lego City sub-brand of Lego kits. And by all accounts, it was a pretty amazing game. It was reviewed very well, I remember. It was praised for its design and humour, of course. In November last year, Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment announced that a remaster will be released for Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and yes, the Nintendo Switch. Whatever exclusivity arrangement that the developers had with Nintendo seems to have expired. Anyway, like I said, Lego City Undercover was one of those titles without a proper release date so far. TBD reads the release date pretty much everywhere, or just spring. Don't ever get me started all over again on using seasonal labels for release windows on a global scale again. #pet peeve. Except, there is now one place which has now listed a release date. It may be an accident, or a typo, or some other kind of mistake, or a placeholder, as not even the official Nintendo site lists it yet, but on Amazon they're listing April 30 as a release date for it. So, about 2 months after launch. And it even seems pretty likely, as a couple of weeks ago, Warner Bros. Actually released a new trailer for it. And in the context of playing it on the Switch, it seems like a decent date too. Because after 2 months, Zelda players may indeed be ready for a different kind of sandbox to play in. I had always meant to give Lego City Undercover a go the first time around on the Wii U. Like I said, I was hearing great things about it at the time, but by the time it came out, a year or so after the Wii U's release, it was already becoming a bit clear that the system was already basically heading for what became its inevitable spiral into pointlessness, and I was already becoming reticent to invest money in the system. So I just wound up spending my money elsewhere. This time, though, it seems like everything's lined up nicely. It's coming out the launch window when the Switch will still be nice and strong, and of course it will make quite a nice light-hearted sandbox to play in while travelling too. And if you're curious, by the way, my general Switch plan so far, not counting whatever we get on Virtual Console, looks like this. Zelda at launch, duh. Snake Pass at the end of March, seems like a very interesting twist on a platformer. Lego City Undercover, like we've just been talking about, end of April, if Amazon is right. Then we get sort of into less specific territory with games without solid dates attached to them yet. Fast RMX, which I made a video about yesterday, which is very likely coming out at or very close to launch. Then later this year, Super Mario Odyssey, of course. We're all going to give that a go. Skyrim is a maybe at the moment. It's another game I never actually played when it first came out, but I am about to give it a go on PC right now. Someone gifted me a code on a Twitch stream the other day, so I'm sort of obligated to give it a go on PC now before the Switch version comes out. At least I'll have a basis of comparison. Maybe Minecraft. I'd much rather play it with a keyboard and mouse, of course, but it could be a very nice way to play Minecraft while portable. And that alone may make it the console version of choice going forward. Stardew Valley seems like another game that will benefit greatly from being able to go portable and play at home. Ultra Street Fighter 2, of course, no-brainer. I'm a Street Fighter 2 fan from way back in the original arcade days. I may even be convinced to buy Mario Kart 8 all over again. Maybe. Maybe I'll give Ubisoft's Steep a go. And maybe even Splatoon 2, though the first one never really grabbed me. And then, of course, outside of all that, there's probably going to be a small fistful of Virtual Console games that'll likely take my fancy. Fingers crossed we do actually get the GameCube Virtual Console stuff. Made a video about that too, by the way. And who knows what else isn't even announced yet. Not too bad a list of expectations for my first 9 months or so on a console, don't you think? So what are your lists looking like? What are you looking forward to? Have you made a plan yet about what you're going to get and when, and where it all fits in your sort of gaming schedule life? Anyway, thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I'm going to go lie down again now.